Tennent High School student government representatives who are going to read a bit about each one of those individuals. So I'd like to call them to the podium.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial was founded by Jan Scruggs, an infantry corporal who served in Vietnam 1969 to 1970. Donald Baker, class of 1966, U.S. Marine Corps, Lance Corporal, December 2nd, 1948 to June 9th, 1968. Panel 58, West, row 6. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund is a non-profit charitable organization which was incorporated on April 27, 1979 by Vietnam veterans. William James Barr, class of 1966, U.S. Navy Hospitalman, E3. September 22nd, 1948, July 16th, 1968. Panel 52 West, row 38.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial stands as a symbol of America's honor and recognition of the men and women who served and sacrificed. It is dedicated to the courage, sacrifice, and devotion to duty and country of all who answered the call to serve. Edward Robert Hickey, class of 1966, U.S. Army, First Lieutenant, January 16, 1949, March 5, 1969. Panel 30 West, row 45. On the Vietnam Veterans Memorial is a list of names which begins at the vertex of the walls below the year of the first casualty and continues to the end of the east wall. It resumes at the tip of the west wall, ending at the entrance above the year of the last casualty. Each of the walls is composed of 70 separate inscribed panels. Nelson Charles Luther attended William Tennent from 1956 to 1958. U.S. Army Staff Sergeant, August 29, 1941, May 9, 1970. Panel 10 West, row 7.
The names on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial are in chronological order, according to date of casualty between July 8, 1959, May 5, 1975. The original number of names on the wall is 58. Since 1993, 93 names have been added. Charles Carter Miles, class of 1966, U.S. Army, private first class. December 21st, 1947, August 31st, 1968. Panel 45 West, row 15. Visit the Vietnam Veterans Memorial located north of Lincoln Memorial near 22nd Street and Constitution Avenue Northwest. It is open 24 hours a day. Locate a name on the wall. Use the available catalogs which provide you a panel number and row number. Charles Paul Montrose. Attended William Tennent High School from 1965 to 1968. U.S. Army Sergeant. February 6, 1950, February 11, 1971. Panel 5 West, row 96.
If you're able, save for them a place inside you, and save one back to plans. When you're leaving for a place they can no longer go. Be not ashamed to say you love them, though you may or may not have always. Take what they have left and what they have taught you, what they're dying, and keep it with your own. And in that time when man decide and fell safe to call that war insane, take one moment to embrace those gentle heroes you left behind. Major Michael D. O'Connor, January 1st, 1970. Robert Harold Smith, class of 1964, U.S. Army Specialist, 4th class. October 27, 1946 to January 24, 1967. Panel 14 East, Assembly.
The next memorial is one that had sat in the library of the former William Tennent High School, and I have a feeling that if this memorial were made at the time that the wall were made, they would have been together to begin with. But it made all too much sense for us to include the Robert Smith Memorial with this Veterans Wall. Here to speak on behalf of Robert Smith is Donna Smith Harris. Please give her a round of applause.
Good morning. My sister Jane and I would like to thank the Alumni Association and everyone involved in today's dedication of the Veterans Wall of Honor. Thank you for not forgetting my brother Bob and all those who have served and ultimately sacrificed in the past, and for remembering those who are faithfully serving today. My brother Bob was a great guy. He loved life. He made us all laugh and loved playing all the jokes on people, especially me, his little sister. He enjoyed his years at William Tennent, and played tennis, basketball, track. He was also a gifted craftsman. He had made the gavel and block that was used for the school board meetings and may still be used today. Bob's country called him in January of 1966, and he answered, joining the Army, eventually going to Vietnam in September of that year. While in Vietnam, Bob served bravely as a crew chief on a Huey helicopter gunship with the 1st Cavalry Division. During his 5 months of service there, he was awarded many medals, including the Bronze Star, Air Medal with V device, and the Purple Heart. He was killed by hostile fire in Bend, Providence, on January the 24th, 1967, and he was 20 years old. I thank Bob and all those who have served and died defending our country. Bob will always be greatly missed and always remembered. Thank you.
Another memorial that was added to the wall for this rededication is a memorial for Officer Bradley Fox. Today we have 3 speakers on hand, and I'm going to call them up one at a time. The first being Sergeant Tony Ruiz.
All right, well, I'm pretty nervous. I'm gonna tell you that right now. When I received the phone call to come here and to talk about Brad, I actually laughed in my car when I was driving, because there's many things that I'm not afraid to do, but one of them is talking in front of a group of people. Brad Fox knew that better than anybody. So there's no doubt he is looking down right now and he's laughing at me, without question. So I was asked to talk about Brad and what he meant to me. Oh, here's the other thing. I spent the night over at his brother's house last night, and I told him, I said, there's probably been, the past 10, 15 years, there's probably been less than 10 times that I've cried. And most of them have been over the past year when I lost Brad. So if I cry today, I apologize. You just got to kind of suck it up with me. Brad Fox was one of my best friends. I knew him for over 14 years. I strove to record him for over 10 years. Brad Fox was the guy that everybody loved. There's no doubt about it. Everybody loved him. And everybody wanted to be his friend. And I was honored to call him one of mine. We were young Marines. We were Lance Corporals when Iraq kicked off back in 2003. We were both involuntarily activated to go overseas. And it was something that we wanted to do. We went over and we did what we were there to do, and we came home. 2 years later, they involuntarily activated our unit again. And we were sergeants at the time, and we were told that we didn't have to go back to Unit 1. I was fully prepared not to go back. Been there, done that, didn't want to do it again. But I remember we were in a room with our CO. There's about 15 of us Marines in there, and he had asked us to to go back, saying that he needed us. And I can remember coming out of that room with Brad Fox, and Brad Fox turned around and said, "I'm doing it, I'm going." I remember thinking, Brad, let's talk about it. Let's just have a conversation. He's like, "Nope, I'm going back." That was the kind of guy that Brad Fox was. He loved his country. He loved serving his country. He loved everything about it. And he wasn't going to leave his Marines. Oh, my phone shut off. Check my notes again. This past year's been pretty hard. I love that man like he was my brother, because he was my brother. And he became a cop, and he did what he did because he loved serving his community. He's going to be dearly missed by many. He's going to be missed by me. And he was a great man. He was my hero. Thank you.
The next speaker I'd like to call to the podium is Lieutenant Carabine.
Like Tony, I'm not a public speaker, so I apologize ahead of time. And like Tony, Brad's probably now rolling around on the floor laughing hysterically because I had to follow Tony and give a speech, so thank you, Brad. Thank you for having us here to speak about him. On the evening of Thursday, September 13, 2012, Canine Officer Brad Fox, number 178, Plymouth Township Police Department, was on duty and assisting at the scene of a motor vehicle crash. While at the scene of this crash, another vehicle not involved sped by and nearly struck him and other officers trying to direct traffic. He pursued that vehicle as it continued to drive recklessly through Plymouth Township, pushing other motorists off the roadway and eventually striking another vehicle. The suspect exited the vehicle